This is John Cleese Car Audio YouTube channel, and this is a Defender. This is a Defender. And this has come in for a few upgrades, because A, it sounded terrible, B, it was lacking in the multimedia department, as in it had little to nothing, no Bluetooth, no DAB radio, not even the ability to make a phone call in the car because it had the original stereo, didn't offer any of those features. And it had poor radio reception. So we've cured all of the above with the upgrades that we do here. Now, starting from the brief summary of what it's had done, we've put a new aerial on the vehicle to give them better DAB and AM and FM reception. We've fully upgraded the audio system with new front speakers, new back speakers, and a little small subwoofer. Not a big antisocial subwoofer in the boot of a hatchback. We're talking about a small subwoofer that just blends in with the system and actually gives you the depth of the sound that these cars suffer from because of road noise and because of the size of the speakers have been absolutely tiny. And then we've also put in a double DIN in the dashboard. Now, double DIN, if you're not already sure what that means, it basically means we do a dash conversion, which gives you a 7-inch screen flushed in the dashboard. Okay, now we will take you to the reverse camera first. Thanks, Max. So if you come around the back, the reverse, before we get inside and actually show you what we've done on the inside, let's actually give you what we've shown you on the outside. So as you can see in the factory position at the top here, we have, why did I say factory? These cars never came with a reverse camera as factory. Where we've put the camera is in our favourite position, which is at the very top, mounted on top of the washer jet with a nice bit of cable going through convoluted tubing into a grommet through the factory bodywork. Now, the reason why we go up here, because it gives you a great view from above over the area behind the vehicle, and the only blind spot you're going to get is what the spare wheel creates, which is just here, and you're going to see that when we go inside, because the actual camera view is brilliant. Even though it looks like it's firing straight down, you can actually see all the way back here. Now let's go inside and actually have a look. Okay, I'll point out the aerial on the wing just in case you didn't notice it on the video footage a second ago when I was pointing right at it. There is the aerial. This is a, I'm so bad at pronouncing these. This is a Nakatenenga aerial, okay? Very nice looking agricultural, fit for purpose aerial with a metal base, and this does FM, AM and DAB. We've got other options of aerial on this. This is quite a popular one in the Defender world. We also have aerials on our videos where the aerial's got a slight rake to follow the angle of the windscreen. Not so good if you've got a snorkel on those, so that's why this is a particularly good aerial for this platform. Now, hop in the car and we'll actually show you what the money shot looks like. Now we're in the vehicle, and what you're going to notice is the much different looking dashboard than what you've got in your Defender if you don't have a double DIN conversion. So what happens is you have a load of switches here with a normal right stereo shaped around here. All these switches get relocated to the right hand side over here into this handy little blanking panel that we cut in and mount them all here. So you've got your hazard switch, you've got your rear washer jet, your rear fog light and your rear window wiper, and all mounted in this nice little panel here. Then at the bottom here, if you've not noticed already, we then put a flush fit USB-C connection here, which goes straight to the Kenwood. This is normally a little blank here for optional extras like clocks or gauges or anything, but it's just handy for a USB-C connection right there. Now if I turn this unit on, you can actually see it in all its glory. Land Rover logo comes up because we've done that and added it actually on there. It doesn't come with them as standard, but you can choose whatever logo you want to match the manufacturer you've got. And if they don't do one pre-made, we'll actually make it for you. Now let's turn the volume down so we don't get a copyright strike. This is the Kenwood DMX 8021, which is one of our most popular radios as of right now in September 2024. Cracking unit. It's got the basic functionality of this unit, which is going to give you in your Defender is DAB radio, Bluetooth, USB connectivity and a touchscreen. And obviously the most important features is Apple CarPlay, which I'll show you in a second, wirelessly, and wireless Android Auto. Now I'm going to get my phone connected because we might as well actually show you this actually operating and how it works. I'm going to go into settings on my phone, I'm going to go to Bluetooth, I'm going to search for devices and we're going to look for the new one down the bottom, which is there, 8021. Then we're going to hit pair, we're going to go yes on here, we're going to allow my contacts. And then what it's doing is doing a handshake via Bluetooth, and it's going to say, do you want to connect to CarPlay? Just like that. You say connect on here, and then you agree on the screen. And that is it. Don't have to keep doing this. This is only for the initial registration process. You can, as long as you leave Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on when you get in and you turn the key on, it'll automatically come on. And now CarPlay comes up on the screen. And what I can also do, which I'll do after the video's changed, I will move these shortcuts from the left-hand side to the right-hand side of the screen, because this is actually what would be considered left-hand drive mode. I'll change that to the right-hand drive after this video's done. And now we've got CarPlay. So now the customer's got access to usable apps that are useful whilst driving and deemed legal and safe. We have all the phone calls, so if I go to phone now, I've got my favourites already in here. I've got my iOS maps, I've got my text messages which are read out through Siri. I then have access to Google Maps, I have access to Waze navigation, and I can even use TomTom if you pay for it. £20 a year, one of the best navigation apps available right now. You've got internet radio apps you can use as well, so like Virgin Radio, BBC Sounds, Capital Dance, or if you use apps like Spotify or Tidal or even YouTube Music, they all work on the touchscreen as standard. You can also do this with Android Auto. I haven't got an Android phone to give you a demonstration of that, but it's very similar, just a slightly different layout that's Android based. And if I push the home button, that goes back to the home screen where you can now go to DAB radio. And then you've got your favourite DAB stations on the right hand side here. And then what you can also do, if I push the magnifying glass, we can actually go through all the DAB channels that I can currently get right now. And this is uploaded automatically, so as you drive to new areas, you'll get more and more stations. And to get the best station list possible, you want to add that aerial on the wing. Windscreen aerials are okay, they are acceptable, but they're not as good as having a proper body mounted DAB aerial. Now I'll show you the reverse camera, because that's really much the Kenwood in one. Obviously it does do more features, but I won't bore you with the technical jargon and all the list of stuff it does. That is really what you want this screen for: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and DAB. Now if I select reverse gear now, the camera's automatically going to come up, and as I mentioned, you can get a great view behind you. You can also see about 15 to 20 feet behind me as well where that gate is. Automatically up in reverse. You take it out of reverse, it comes back on again. Now this car has also had an audio upgrade as well, but we wanted to keep it quite standard looking. So we put upgraded components in the factory position, so tweeters underneath the original grills. Speakers by your dashboard. We use aftermarket grills by your knees, but actually we use very standard looking grills. So even though they've been upgraded, they don't really look too crazy. No silver or yellow grills or anything like that. We've got standard traditional black grills. They're upgraded. We've upgraded the rear speakers in this, because this is a 110, so you've got speakers at the very back. They've been upgraded. You may be able to, now you're going to see them, Max, because there's a big storage tray there, but that gives you a bit of rear feel. And then underneath the seat where the cameraman's sitting, there's a subwoofer. Should we show? Yeah, we'll show you that. We'll show you what the sub looks like. Now this is a live recording, so I'll quickly pull the seat up and I will unplug it. This is Connor getting his hands dirty. This doesn't happen very often, so you have to bear with me. You might want to speed this up because this might take a while. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to unplug that. I'm going to rest it on the center. I'm going to rest it on the center console, and I'm going to pull this tray up here, which is the cover for the under seat. And there you have it. We've fitted a subwoofer underneath the passenger seat next to the battery. We've made up a nice thick mounting board there, as you can see, solid thick ply there, trimmed in black carpet to give it a solid fix, and that is very, very solid on factory bolt points. And then there's the subwoofer. That's a subwoofer controller dial. Technically you don't need it on display in the dash, which is why we've hidden it underneath here, because the Kenwood allows you to independently adjust the volume of this anyway. But if you want to have this dial somewhere, then we can discuss that with you if you prefer it. But that's the Eaton sub. We're not talking about a big 10-inch sub with loads of output, but what this does, this fills in the void that you never get out of Defenders if you just change the speakers. These speakers are simply too small to produce any kind of depth when you're standing still, and even worse when you're driving, right? Because even if you soundproof these completely, road noise is still a factor and diameter is still a problem. They're only 4-inch speakers, so to get depth of sound you need something like this, or bigger if you prefer. But these are perfect just to give you a bit of bottom end, and it neatly hides next to the battery out of the way. And then when you put your cover back on, you wouldn't even know it was in there. And then the seat goes back over on top. Your heated seat still works, obviously, and that's it. And that is our package one on our website, so you can have a look on our website. Audio package is typically around the £1,200 mark, and then doubled in conversion and the reverse camera. Give us a call or drop us a message for a quote on that, because they vary depending on what doubled in you choose. And yeah, this is a Land Rover Defender PUMA based for audio upgrade, Kenwood doubled in conversion and a reverse camera with a decent AM FM aerial with DAB. My name is Connor, more team at John Cleese Car Audio, including Lee, the installer that completed this lovely job. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.